welcome to the Tuesday, February 4th edition of the MountCast. I am your main host today with Leo next to me. I'm Roly-Poly, Ryne Poly here. February 6th, my bad. My boy Safwan is here. Introduce yourself, buddy.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Safwan Alvi, otherwise known as the Beast from the Middle East.
Mount News today. We have the chili cook-off on Thursday in the Corona Room from 11:30 to 1:30. I hear Leo makes a fine batch. Like, not Skyline fine, but, like, Gold Star-ish.
You know, I don't want to disclose any secrets here, but I can assure you my chili will not be purchased from Gold Star.
Are you using any Peruvian puff peppers?
I do not plan on it, as I know that my stepsister will likely rat me out for it if I am, in fact, caught using an illegal pepper.
Everyone vote for Leo's chili.
In other news, there's trivia in the Harrington Food Court at 9:30, and the winner gets Uber gift cards. So those of you that visit the main entrance on Delhi, those of you can get a ride home. Even bigger news, you can now use Flex at Flex Bucks for your Mount as a Starbucks. So this is big news. No more just using cash or gift cards. You can now use your Flex dollars.
Who needs cash, right?
Me. I don't want to go to the ATM all the time. I like to use Flex dollars.
Right, well, I'm saying now we can use Flex dollars. Who needs cash anymore? Just
Cash
throw it out the window.
What you should do is use Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yep.
Bitcoin
I
and
agree.
cryptocurrency.
Yeah. Mount Madness just happened in honor of Lauryn Hill. Those of you who don't know who Lauryn Hill is, that happened, 4 years ago, 3 years ago?
My freshman year, so 3 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
All right, and moving on, Mount St. Joseph University nursing graduates achieved the highest pass rate in Cincinnati. So UC claims they have the best nursing program in the area, but don't count those loins out.
Congratulations to all the guys and girls. Keep up the hard work, and we're pulling for you.
What else? Department of Athletic Training places second at the Ohio AT Association Quiz Bowl. I tried athletic training my freshman year, and chemistry is not my forte.
What was it that was tripping you up? Was it the molecular structure of the atoms and the structure of moleculars?
I think it was that one.
Yeah, me too. That's the one that really messed with me as well.
See, I can do like science by itself, like biology. I can do math, numbers, but I can't combine the both. It's just not the best of both worlds.
Yeah. See, I can't do either.
All right, and our PA program starts next year. So those of you who branch out from nursing or AT, you can just join the PAs. For sports at the Mount, Eric Edwards and Andrew Finley get their 1,000th point at MSJ. So congrats to those two guys. Yeah, big round of applause. CGI thanks to our producer.
That's absolutely incredible, man. You score 1,000 points on any level. I don't care what team you play for, what level you're on. 1,000 points is incredibly impressive. So congratulations, guys. All the hard work is paying off.
What do we think? Numbers in the rafters someday?
Do we have rafters? We have rafters. They're above the track.
I was going to say, newly to be installed at the Harrington Gym. Rafters!
Looks like we got an idea whose numbers are getting retired.
Yeah, there we go.
Congratulations, guys.
All right. So local news. Well, not local, like international, I guess. But it's February, so that means the Shamrock Shake is now back at McDonald's. I'm honestly a huge fan. Like a mint chocolate chip of anything, but like McDonald's hits the spot.
Yeah, no, that is worthy news. I agree. That's a big deal.
All right, so me and Safwan specialize in sports talk, but we don't call ourselves professionals. This is now the amateur hour.
And let's recap of the Super Bowl. We know over 100 million people watched the Super Bowl on Sunday night. An extremely well-played game. The Patriots defeated the Eagles 41-33.
No, the Eagles defeated the Patriots.
The Eagles defeated the Patriots 41-33. Tom Brady, even though he's 40 years old, played absolutely sensational.
Yeah, did anybody see those videos of him like kissing his children and his dad and everything?
Yeah, it was weird.
What's up with Tom lately? Like, he's on a weird trend. He eats like one walnut a day. That's his diet or something.
He eats avocado ice cream. I don't know anybody else on this planet who would eat avocado ice cream willingly. So Tom, you're in a boat of your own.
Those are both two very good things, are they not? Avocados and ice cream?
Yeah, but like it's like combining like sushi and peanut butter. Like they just don't go together, but by themselves they're okay.
Have you ever put peanut butter in your cereal?
Have you ever had Reese's Puffs?
No.
Reese's Puffs.
So up next, the NBC charged over $5 million for 30 seconds just for one advertisement. So I'm struggling to buy Pop-Tarts on the way to school, and NBC's charging $5 mil for a 30-second spot. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, personally, I wasn't a big fan of the commercials. The very popular one was the Giants commercial with Odell Beckham and Eli Manning dancing. That was the popular one. So a couple good ones, but overall, a pretty disappointing.
I like the Tide ones. They're making a lot of money on these millennials eating them. I know Leo's eaten 1 or 2 for a midnight snack lately.
You know, sometimes you get snacky. It looks like candy. It smells good and it tastes good. So you figure, why the hell?
Yeah, why not? So they made money off Tide Pods, but they're branding for David Harbour from Stranger Things, Hopper. For those of you who like Netflix,
he was in a lot of commercials.
yeah, he was. It was all Tide commercials. It was like him like riding a horse or him. It was the Old Spice guy. Remember him, like the big buff dude, just riding a horse.
Terry
he was
Crews?
behind him. Yeah, Terry. It wasn't Terry Crews. It was some other dude. The smooth voice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like,
more of the light skin.
Buy Old Spice. I smell great. All right, what's next? The Todd father went to the Mets. Those of you who like Todd Frazier, he's out of Cincinnati. He's been at Cincinnati for a while, but he went to the Yankees for a year, helped them get to the ALCS, where they lost. But him and Jay Bruce are back together, so that's cool. We see the best players from Cincinnati going elsewhere to win games. That's what we do best.
Also, rumors are that Brandon Phillips is still on the free agent market, and rumors are that the Mets might be going after him. So the whole Reds team might be in New York next year.
Cincinnati is just a big farm league for the rest of like sports world in general. Like we produce good athletes, and then they just go elsewhere.
Think about
the thing is they win elsewhere. They don't win here. They'll just go somewhere else.
Curse.
Yeah. The double play combination up the middle defense he got with Jose Reyes and Brandon Phillips would be pretty legendary. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jose Reyes, man, that dude was around when I was 3 years old.
He was a dog, honestly. I miss him.
Yeah. Speaking of him, his compadres just got elected to the Hall of Fame. Chipper Jones, I have his rookie card that's worth about $6. So those buyers, high bidders, hit me up. He's in the Hall of Fame now.
There you go.
Best switch hitter of all time. Chipper Jones, Vladimir Guerrero, he hit a ball once that skipped off the ground. Oh, what are you talking about? Chipper Jones is the best switch hitter of all time.
No, I don't know.
Who is that?
Eddie Murray.
Okay, did you see him play?
No, Pete Rose.
Okay, well, if you call him a switch hitter, then yeah. He barely hit from the right side of the plate.
Was by definition
By definition, a switch hitter. But from what I saw, Chipper Jones is the man. Who else? Jim Thome got elected. Trevor Hoffman got elected before Mariano Rivera showed up. He was the biggest saves leader of all time.
He was Mariano Rivera before there was Mariano Rivera. But each of them, those are two of the greatest closers of all time. And then there's also Vladimir Guerrero, who was an absolute sensational player, who was really fun to watch.
Just a rocket for an arm.
And if anybody played MVP baseball growing up on the
baseball
GameCube or the
04,
PlayStation,
05,
Vladimir Guerrero was the most overpowered player in that game, so everybody wanted to play with him. And so he was a great player, so congrats to a great Hall of Fame class, and we'll see who gets in next year.
By the time the show 20, which if you guys don't know is the MLB video game, by the time the 20th edition rolls around for 2020, his son will be just as good as he was in MVP baseball.
Yeah, he's like 5-star prospect.
Yeah,
He
his son is one of
He's
the
in the
best
Blue Jays
prospects in
organization.
baseball,
He'll be a stud.
I've seen his highlight reel, and it's unbelievable.
It is unreal.
Must be nice to just be born a god.
Yeah, that would be a cool thing. I'd like to try it sometime.
What, to be born again? You believe in reincarnation?
No, I'm just saying being born a god. Like, I think that would be a cool thing to give it a shot,
What's next here? Birthdays today. We have Babe Ruth, the all-time legend. He turns 123 years of age today. I want to be lived that long, honestly.
Tom Brady will be around that long.
Tom Brady will be 200.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, what do they say with modern medicine? There's no reason to believe that, you can't go on to live, 200-300 years?
Yeah, I saw something where, some Black Mirror stuff. They can recreate your conscience in somebody else and be reborn again.
Wow, that's,
Like, install your memories and your whole life into somebody else. You're just reborn.
That's actually a thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, those of you who watch Black Mirror, be absolutely terrified of the future. Artificial bees, technology taking over, everything.
wasps, too.
Wasps, yeah. Wasps,
Oh, man.
bees. Save the bees, but turn them into technology.
That's wild.
Also, with birthdays today are famous musician Bob Marley and former President Ronald Reagan. So, happy birthday to them.
Back to sports. The Cavs really don't look good right now. LeBron James cannot get his people together. Isaiah Thomas doesn't look good. He's about, 5'6". I eat sandwiches bigger than him.
Looks like he'll be playing in the G League next year for all we know.
Yeah, what are the rankings for, the minor leagues of basketball? Is it, D League, G League.
Yeah, G League is something new. G League is something I don't think many people heard of before this year. The D League was always the main farm
Still
system
is.
developmental league.
Yeah.
Obviously, D
I
League
mean,
is.
Jimmer Fredette's in China for all we know.
Yeah.
Lithuania.
And this seems different. Doesn't seem
Lithuania,
like the
Lonzo
Cavs-
Ball.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like the Cavs were like previous years. You know, we see every year around this time the Cavs struggle, and we're like, okay, they're going to get it together in May and June. Talk to me in May and June when they're playing in the finals. This year is different. It really is
They
different.
just don't even look like together at all.
Without having Kyrie Irving. You know, Kevin Love is hurt. Isaiah Thomas is playing awful.
I mean, the best thing for the Cavs is Kevin Love being hurt because everyone was yelling at him about being quote-unquote fake sick.
Yeah.
Whatever, he took so much time off.
There's nothing working for Cleveland right now. Chemistry issues, gameplay issues, the defense is horrible. They got a lot of soul searching to do in Cleveland.
All right, let's talk college basketball for a minute. There are 3 teams from Ohio in the top 25. Ohio State's 25th, I believe. They're playing Purdue today.
No, I think Ohio State is ranked 14th.
14th, really?
Yeah, they
Wow.
jumped into the top 15. And they are playing the number 3 Purdue Boilermakers tomorrow night
Tomorrow night.
at 8:30. So that would be a great game to watch.
I'm watching that.
And also we have Xavier ranked at number 5 and UC ranked at number 6,
which is ridiculous.
which is absolutely great. So if you're an Ohio college basketball fan, it is Christmas.
Yeah, the last time those 2 teams, UC and X, were ranked in the top 10 was 1958, where I believe Leo was born that year.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that.
The Big
Yeah.
O was playing at UC at that time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was.
Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, back then gas was 25 cents a gallon, so just like time
the good
travel.
old days.
The good old days.
Back then, Cincinnati had an NBA team. Little known fact. Cincinnati
Right,
Royals.
Cincinnati
The
Royals.
Royals, yeah.
Mhm.
Big O played for him.
Yeah, he did. Mhm.
They also didn't have an NFL team.
Well, I wish we could go back
We
to
still don't have an NFL team.
Yeah, I still don't think we have an NFL team. I think we're still struggling with that.
And more college basketball news. Duke has the 1, the 2, and the 3 top recruits in the nation.
Man, that's crazy. I feel like the times are so different now. Back in the day, recruits would go somewhere else. The number 1, the number 2, and number 3, they would go somewhere else to compete with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now the number 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all playing together. And, I mean, these super teams are happening.
Zion Williamson.
Yeah,
Highlight
Zion
reel
Williamson,
and
Cameron
the Big
Radish,
Blue.
R.J. Barrett from Canada. They're all teaming up.
Since when are Canadians good at basketball?
It's been a few years now. You got Andrew Wiggins, Tristan
Is
Thompson.
it Ricky Rubio Canadian? Or
No,
is he
he's
Italian?
He's from Spain.
Spain. I'm
Yeah.
getting my countries mixed up.
So yeah, Duke should be the ranked number 1 team almost unanimously, and if they do anything besides the Final Four, you could say it's a disappointment.
Yeah.
You have
Kinda
talent like that in a one and done era. You should be competing for championships every single year.
Yeah, disappointment, kind of like Leo's life.
Yeah, I really appreciate that one. Thanks, Ryan. I really wasn't even supposed to be here today, and here I am just getting picked on. Feels great.
It's
Thanks,
kind of
guys.
easy. You're an easy target.
Yeah, I know. I make it easy. But no, back to the point about the super teams. We're talking college basketball, and then you look at the NBA. What about these rumors that LeBron might sign with the Warriors in the offseason?
Oh,
That's
man.
such a rumor. That was made by ESPN.
Yeah.
It's fake news for sure.
That is,
I
that-
hope
that's
it's
definitely
real.
fake news.
I hope it's real. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a Golden State fan, not a huge NBA fan in general. But if you get the 3 best players in the world on one team, the team
It's collusion.
they shouldn't lose.
Yeah.
Ever.
Although the
That is
It's like a
NBA,
super jam.
You could argue
keep
that
this in
could go
mind though,
into
the
it now.
NBA would block it.
Oh,
Remember a couple
They
years
blocked
ago,
Chris
Chris
Paul's
Paul.
trade. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I was super mad about that.
Yeah.
I want the best for that man.
Me too.
And we don't know how that would work out. Even though that would be good, you would have to get rid of Draymond Green. You'd have to get rid of Klay Thompson. Obviously, not all of those
Creates some cap
guys.
space for
They
him.
don't have enough cap space to do that, and their bench would suffer as well.
Because
So-
Braun doesn't have enough money. He can't take any less. It's not like he signed a lifetime deal or anything like that.
For $1 billion with Nike.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
But even with a bad bench and not too many players, having the first, second, and third best players in the world, yeah, you're still going to be the
Yeah.
favorite to win the title with no bench, with no coach. Just those 3 guys and a bunch of role players is the favorite to win the championship.
I mean,
If I played with those guys, they'd make me look good.
right. And it's not very often that you look good.
Again, really appreciate it. Thanks, bud.
All right. We're going to talk about soccer for those of you USA soccer fans. It's the most popular sport in the world, but apparently the U.S. national team can't beat a team bigger than Ohio. So we're a disgrace to the world right now.
Yeah, please open your mind. We get it that you only watch soccer when the
The
World Cup comes around, the Women's World Cup or the Men's World Cup. Well, this year we're not in the World Cup.
Yeah, because
we
we
had a hard
can't
time
beat
beating
Trinidad and
Trinidad.
Tobago.
So either way, July we'll kick off the World Cup. It comes around once every 4 years.
Is that in Russia this year?
Yeah, it is. It will be played in Russia. Ironically enough, with all the collusion going on in Russia right now.
Collusion,
so.
collusion. I don't
Potato,
even get it.
potato. You know.
Yeah, potato, potato.
Yeah, potato, tomato, data,
Potato,
data.
tomato.
Who are you again?
My name's Stanley.
Stanley Yonats?
What's that?
Nothing. For transfer news, Pierre-Patrick Aubameyang, that's a mouthful. He and Alexis Sanchez went to Arsenal. That's quite the arsenal to have right there. They already have a great offense. Olivier Giroud went to Chelsea from Arsenal because he figured with how slow he is, he's not going to play much. And FC Cincy, they got brand new uniforms. If you guys haven't seen them yet, they look really clean.
Will they get the MLS bid though?
If it's taken this long, they're just going to say no at this point.
My prediction is that the MLS said that either Cincinnati or Sacramento needs to come with a more definitive plan in like a month or so before the MLS season starts, and then they'll reassess it. But I just think there were too many indefinite. There were too many variables that needed to go perfectly for either team to be ready to play.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they need to get a new stadium. I mean, there were debates on Oakley, the West End, over the Rhine. I know Leo was going to have it in his backyard, but he said no.
Yeah, they said my yard wasn't big enough.
Also, another big announcement we found out a few weeks ago, Vince McMahon, chairman of the
yes.
WWE, and the founder of the WWE, is bringing back the XFL.
Which lasted for about a year. What was it, the 2005, whatever that was?
Yeah, the previous stint of the XFL had very little to no success, and it was gone in a matter of years. And now Vince McMahon is bringing it back.
It was a complete economic failure, but if you guys remember, Rod Smart was he hate me in the XFL. I heard that Jared Lorenzen's coming back as he ate me.
Is that right?
No.
Yeah,
That's good. That's
that'd
good.
be awesome.
I want to see Johnny Manziel, but he's
Johnny
apparently being
Manziel.
declined because of his quote-unquote criminal record.
That won't last. That
Yeah, he's
can't
going to,
stand.
yeah.
He's a moneymaker.
He's going to eliminate a lot of people because he said there has to be no criminal record at all, not even a DUI. If you even have a DUI, you cannot play. And I believe, as Leo said, that will not last long.
That will not last.
You're not
long.
going to have any type of choice to have any type of players.
You're not
It's
gonna
hard
be
to
able
field a football team with no criminal records.
Right, look at the Bengals a few years ago. They had half their roster.
Yeah, remember the
Something.
Cincinnati Bengals 2006 with Odell Thurman and all those guys?
Dude.
Had about 10 convicts on our team.
I'm pretty sure they practice with ankle bracelets on, GPS trackers. But
Could not leave the facility anytime.
Yeah,
The seasons will be played after the NFL season because they know they cannot compete with the NFL. Everybody knows that.
Right.
And they will look to start that up in 2020.
it'll be exciting to see. I think a lot of the players, I think we might see Colin Kaepernick get a new lease on life with football. As you said, Johnny Manziel, Tim Tebow. This could be really exciting.
Terrell Owens was thinking about it too.
That's right. That's right. I'm sure Chad Ochocinco, he tried the CFL.
Future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, yeah, how about the Hall of Fame class in the NFL? Absolutely loaded.
Randy
Great
Moss
Hall of
maybe.
Fame class. Yeah, it was a lot of controversy that Randy Moss wouldn't get in because they made T.O. wait until his third year.
Because of his personality, quote unquote.
Which is
again.
terrible. The NFL Hall of Fame should be a house of production, not a
No
house
fun
of worship,
league.
not a house of this, house of that. If you
If
put
you
up the
produce
numbers on the field, you're
in.
in the Hall of Fame, and it shouldn't be even questioned. You got guys like Brian Dawkins, Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher. This Hall of Fame class is definitely star-studded, and all of the people we grew up watching are in the Hall of Fame now. How old do you guys feel?
Dude, I feel ancient. I feel like I'm about to retire.
I feel 19 going on 19 and a half.
Did we ask you?
I heard you guys, so I assumed I was included in that. Was I incorrect?
You're correct.
So yeah, congratulations to all of our favorite athletes growing up and their Hall of Fame inductions. We will be watching closely with their speeches and future Hall of Fame classes as well.
All right. One more comment on Italy's national soccer team. I have a third cousin currently on the roster. I can play in a video game with a blood relative. How crazy is that? He's like 75 overall, and I play with him all the time. Actually, I'm a big fan.
So he's like your third cousin,
Yeah.
sisters, brothers,
Yeah,
uncle.
my
you know.
dogs, nephews, uncles. Oh my god. But it's cool to see my name in a video game without having to recreate a player that's like 99 overall, which we all used to do.
Yeah, and then you got to make them like 7'10",
Oh yeah.
About
300
287
pounds.
pounds.
Exactly.
And also, your heritage comes from Italy, right?
Right.
And he plays for the Italian national team.
Yeah, I'm
so
100%
the
Italian
resemblance is
stallion, so they
absolutely
call me back in the day.
No.
Pizza and stuff.
Yeah, pizza and stuff.
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up here for the amateur hour. I'm your host. Today, Roly Poly.
there. Safwan Alvi.
Ryan Korangle.
And Leo Saylor, the guy who's just here today.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
Thanks for joining us.
Peace, everyone.